Yeah, penalties unacceptable on offense. Way too many of them, way below our standard. I mean, we're generally first in the league typically as a team and on offense, and so just to have as many false starts as we had. There were some procedural penalties that we'll get into, behind the scenes, but I thought the false start set us back and led to 2 drives where we didn't score points. I think we didn't score on 3 drives or 4 drives, and those were 2 of them. So unacceptable, but really happy with the way the defense have got the turnovers, 5 turnovers. 3 of them in the second half was huge for us and kept them on the field for a long time. Our defense had to play a lot of snaps in the second half. It was a strange game that way, but I think they'll gladly take that, when we're taking the ball away and having to play because of that.
Left tackle, you had to go with Cochran
because
of Cody. It looked like, the line gave him time.
I thought he settled in there. There's some tough matchups in there sometimes, but I thought he settled in there and did a good job in his first career start. So really proud of the way that's an example of a guy who's just practiced. Devin Cochran has practiced the right way, so he's proven to his teammates all season long that he'll be ready if his number's called because of his approach to that. And so really, it's you want your top players to play, Orlando and Cody and all those guys, but so this isn't any knock on them, but to hear Devin's going to play in the game wasn't a gut punch because you just trusted him. He was ready for the moment, and we knew that we'd be able to go out there and produce with him.
When did Sam get hurt, Zac?
On the touchdown. Yeah.
What was that moment like, the whole thing? He's hurt, but to call that play for him,
yeah.
To have him have his first season.
Yeah, really happy for him because just what he does for this team is willing to do anything, willing to go in there. He's played, fullback on the goal line in 2018, and we put him back in there, and he's typically on the backside of the run game and the goal line just to hold down the backside. And so you had to pick your moment at some point this season to release him and give him a shot. And usually that's going to come pretty wide open. They had 2 backers leave the game, so they had backup linebackers in there. So we really thought it was the good time to call it, to catch him sleeping, and they covered it really well. And Sam made a heck of a catch, and really happy for him. Obviously disappointed the way the play turned out physically for him, but just happy for him to be able to go out there and help the team by any means necessary.
How did you address the Jordan Battle fumble?
It's something we address, weekly. We show these clips, and it's not something we can ever have happen. It's just it's within our control, and you go 2 yards across the goal line, letters and logos. It's very simple, and then you can do whatever you want to do. And we preach oftentimes it's going to happen to guys that aren't used to carrying the ball and used to being in that situation, a Jamar or T. And so, again, I appreciate that the energy he plays with and a lot of the plays he made. That's a situation, obviously, we can't have. And we expect our team to be better at that going forward.
Any thought of sitting him down after that?
Well, he knows. God knows he makes a mistake. And so, again, there were moments we were pulling guys in and out there because of guys were getting tired, quite frankly. They played 3 straight possessions because we had the pick 6, and then we had that one that resulted in a fresh set of downs for them, and so our guys were pretty worn out. So we were kind of rolling the guys through there because of all that stuff.
The extent of Sam's knee?
I don't yet. No, I don't. We'll get more information on that tomorrow.
The first touchdown, Burrow held the ball for 9 seconds. I mean, is that just kind of an example of what he can do in the red zone? I mean,
oh yeah.
Poised to hold on to that. Not most quarterbacks probably throw that away or just
give
up.
Yep. I'm trying to think what the play was, to be honest with you. I know he hit Chase Brown, but I'm trying to think what the play call was. But, there's trust me, I've learned it over 5 years to just shut up. And in your brain, you're thinking, throw it away, get us the next play. And way more times than not, when I've thought that, something great has happened for the Bengals. And that's just part of the Joe Burrow experience. And he extends plays as good as anybody in the world and makes teams pay for it. And I know that they lose a lot of sleep probably doing their red zone presentations, explaining that this is going to happen. He's going to scramble, and you got to cover forever, and it's just impossible to do. And so it's an element that he knows is a weapon, and he uses it the right way.
Zac, I know you said that you faced friends on the other sideline many times throughout your career, but is it a relief to get through this one and kind of maybe go back to a normal cadence of texting with Brian?
Yeah, because I enjoy pulling for Callie, and so when you're playing against somebody like that, I think that's really the only thing is you're trying to do everything you can to bury the other team and win the game and feel good on Sunday. And then once you put it behind you, you're able to go back and pull for people that you appreciate in the business.
Because of all the turnovers and the penalties, Zac, was this one of those games that felt like you never settled down?
Yeah, the rhythm of it was difficult, and just speaking offensively, they got the ball to start the half. Second half, we got the one possession, and then it didn't feel like offensively we were out there to the fourth quarter. I don't think. I could be wrong. And so just a strange possession. You know, and then defensively, these guys are tired. You know, I don't know how many snaps they played in a row, but it was a lot of snaps, and so there's a balance there where you're trying to sort through. Should I use a timeout to give them a break to make sure they can get a stop on that third possession? And but ultimately, you know, we made enough plays to find a road win. At this point in the year, December, you got to come off the field with a victory and sort it out. And there's a lot to sort out for us. There was a lot that wasn't good enough that we've got to correct, really in all three phases, quite frankly. But happy to get the win and sort it out from there.
What happened with the delay of game at the one?
The headset went out a couple times on that same drive, and sometimes I'm not sure what he's getting through there because mine was making a mistake too, and I should have been aware of it and called timeout to keep it on the 1 yard line. It just, that one, as I'm trying to, sometimes you're focused on getting the play in, and on that one I lost track of the play clock, and he probably did too.
It looked like you and Joe were having a conversation after that drive that the broadcast kind of caught, you know, like it
Yeah.
looked like a pretty serious back and forth. What was going on there? What
Yeah.
prompted that?
It was just a conversation back and forth.
Looked like Chase Brown kind of settled things down for you. It was a little chaotic there in the fourth quarter, but
Yeah.
he had some key runs.
You know, ultimately, I think that was the key. It was a chaotic second half. If you're just speaking about the offense, you know, we had the turnover on the first possession, punted on the second possession, and then our third possession, last possession of the half, we were able to bleed almost over 5 minutes, I believe, and score a touchdown. So that was a really good way to finish the game for our guys. It wasn't perfect, but to bleed a bunch of clock, to keep getting first downs. We did it a lot of different ways. We did it on the ground. We did it in the pass game. We did it, you know, baiting them into penalties on defense, and then to finish it off with a run, I thought was an appropriate way to finish it on offense. Okay, thank you.
Dave Lapham here, and every day I am grateful for my experience to have played professional football. As a player, I realize self-motivation, leadership, and appreciating your teammates are key. At First Star Logistics, you can use those same attributes to create the life you want for you and your family. Build your future by working hard like I did. You'll see results both on and off the field. Call First Star Logistics today and be part of our winning team.
Opportunity knocking.